Morning everyone, this is Rahul Sharma, Vedic practitioner from Chicago. Today I will be continuing with my series of Mythbuster. Today I'm going to speak about the Shani Dasha. Most people are scared when they hear that they're going through the Shani phase and it's going to take 7.5 years or even more than that. And people are so scared about the words Shani ki Sade Sati and 7.5 years of the cycle of this thing. But nothing to worry about it. I'm going to talk about the true Shani planetary position and what is written in our Vedic culture. So myth is you have heard from your astrologer or so-called YouTube gurus that your Shani Dasha or Sade Sati is going on and this is in adversary house and you need to perform a specific puja or buy a specific precise stone and wear it on a specific ring on a specific finger. But the fact is, again, if you see, Shani talks about titiksha, sahanshilta, the patience, the tolerance. And the mantra says, Om Shamo Deviristibhe Apo Bhavantu Pitaye. Sham Shorbi Bhavatum Naha Om Shaneshwaya Nama Avayami Sthapayami Dhyajami. Now, what does it mean in Hindi? Those who understand Hindi. हे शांति दायिनी देवियां आप जल स्वरूप हमारे लिए पान योग्य पीने योग्य शीतल तृप्तदायक हो आप हमें शुभ संदेश दें. When somebody is writing such a good message in our Vedic culture and our mantras about the Shani mantra for all those things, how you can be afraid of them. Okay, these are your friends to grow you there. So there is nothing adverse or fearful in this mantra. This mantra helps you with the learning, patience during tough time. And tough time never lasts, but it's always the tough people who's going to lasting. So how you become a tough people? That's where the Shani will come into your life to grow you from wherever you are today. So let's talk about the astronomical definition. Shani or Saturn, we call it in English, is the sixth planet from the Sun in our solar system. It is the second largest planet after Jupiter. It is famous for its beautiful rings. Saturn is a gas giant, primarily composed of hydrogen and helium. Just imagine something so far, how it can really impact and cause trouble to you. Okay. So in astronomy, Saturn has no effect on individual human lives, but is studied for its physical properties and moons. For Vedic astrology, Shani signifies patience and endurance, which we call it Titiksha in Hindi. Symbolically, Shani symbolizes for discipline, delays, obstacles, maturity, and life lessons. So if you're going through that, don't be afraid. You will be overcomer. I will give you some examples. Shani tests, slow down your progress, restricts your success, but only to ensure a lasting success through efforts and the patience. That's the role of Shani. It encourages humility, self-discipline, and detachment for your spiritual growth. It teaches long-term accountability. Result may delays but never denies. That's the most important thing you need to always take as a lessons from this video. That may delay but never going to deny. If you have earned it, he will give it. He is often feared, but his rule is for the divine judgment and spiritual upliftment. That's the most important thing what you want to gain out of this. Now let's take some of the modern examples, how other people have done it, and we can do the same thing. And that's the inspiration we need to take from these few examples which I'm going to do. Let's talk about Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. We all are aware that he's the father of Indian Constitution. So the Shani archetype of social justice, discipline, and inner strength is Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. The Shani condition in his life was born into an untouchable caste at that time, faced extreme discrimination from childhood, denied even water, sitting, or schooling rights. Just imagine that kind of situation. Systematic karmic burden from society, worked tirelessly while being marginalized, often studying by the lantern light after his labor. And how he overcome? Not by doing rituals or wearing a ring or a stone, but he pursued education with iron discipline, earning degrees from Columbia and London School of Economics under all the adverse situations and circumstances. become the chief architect of the Indian Constitution and a voice for the voiceless, lived simply and never abused power, and choose the spiritual transformation of Buddhism over revenge to the society. So lessons for us: Shani favors the hardworking, disciplined, and the reformer people. So be one of them. Let's take another example from world leaders. Nelson Mandela from South Africa, the global Shani symbol of patience, forgiveness, and moral authority. What kind of Shani conditions in his life? He spent 27 years in prison, much of it in solitary confinement. Very difficult for somebody to even live one day without talking to somebody in a room without light. But imagine somebody 27 years. Now, was it Sade Sati? I don't know how many times, 3 times, or the Sade Sati. 27 years in prison. He lost family time, freedom, and worldly comforts for 27 years, yet never lost his principles. That's endurance of Titiksha. Now, how he overcome the Shani Dasha? He used his imprisonment time as for self-reflection and mastery, which is Shani's way. When released, he led with forgiveness, not vengeance, and became South Africa's first black president. That's embodied Shani's trait of stoicism, justice, humility, and the delayed glory. So don't be afraid of that. So let's talk about the action item. Clear the myth of being afraid of Shani Dasha. Above stories show that how to face your karma with honesty, and Shani reveals what needs correction, not the punishment. Embrace the discipline, humility, and hard work. Shortcuts won't work, like wearing a ring, bypassing things which you need to do, but sincerity will shine and overcome by serving others, simplifying life, and surrendering to the time. Saturn delays but never denies. Always remember this part. Even if you have to wait for 7 years, 7.5 years, 15 years, 27 years, Nelson Mandela, don't be afraid, because this is not the only life you have, and it's going to give you the reward. So some of the good books I would recommend is Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins, which is a raw best-selling memoir by David Goggins, a former Navy SEAL who overcame childhood abuse, racism, obesity, failure, and deep emotional trauma. So everything what you can think, imagine which happens, you are not the only one. The people have gone through it and they become successful. That's why they have this kind of books by themselves, and very, very popular books. The second book is Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor E. Frankl. Read about his experience in the Nazi concentration camp, which is very infamous, right? Where he lost his family, freedom, dignity, but not his inner spirit. No one can kill that. Even the Gita tells, right, that our Atma is always Amar. No one can kill your soul. It teaches that suffering is not to avoid it, it's to be understood and used as a fuel for growth. So I hope you learned something from these videos. If you have any question, feel free to reach out to me at rahulrenusharma@gmail.com. A lot of recommended books in the next few pages. Buy those books, read those books, and become a good person with humility and simplicity life. Thank you. And the departing message, so you don't forget, be a Vedic practitioner or be Hindu, be a Sanatani, whatever you want to call it. Learn and adopt practice the secrets of success within the 3400 plus books written by Gurudev, making life simpler for us rather than reading the complex Vedas. Stay successful and happy and help others, making this world in heaven. And then don't forget to subscribe to my channel to watch my next video. And remember the explanation of Navgraha Puja. You got to do your duty. Your duty is more people should know about Vedic culture. More people should know about our Hinduism or Sanatan Dharma, and they need to start following the practice. So you promote this video, invite people to your home, perform a Gayatri Yagna, and spread the word about Gayatri and Yagna to every single